You were born a brilliant surgeon with hands steady enough to save lives and a mind sharp enough to solve the hardest puzzles in the operating room. But then, one terrible night, you crash your car. Your hands are now shattered and your life's work gone in an instant. You search everywhere for healing. Doctors, hospitals, even strange mythical places whispered about in the darkest corners of the world. And finally, you find the Ancient One. They don't heal you, they teach you magic instead. The world you thought you knew shatters. You learn that reality has layers, other dimensions with spirits, demons, and forces beyond reckoning. You wake up in a room full of ancient books and glowing strange symbols all around you. Your hands twitch with power you never asked for. You're a sorcerer now, not just any magic user, but a master of the mystic arts, destined to protect the world from dangers beyond human understanding. Sounds cool? Maybe in the movies. But being a sorcerer, especially in Doctor Strange's world, is way harder and way more painful than it looks. First off, magic is not like magic shows or fairy tales. This kind of magic takes everything out of you. Your time, your mind, your body. Every spell you cast takes your strength, your focus, and sometimes part of your soul. Studying magic is like trying to understand a language that your brain can barely handle. You have to read ancient books filled with confusing symbols and strange noises. One wrong letter, one misplaced word, and you could break a spell or even hurt yourself. Being a sorcerer in Doctor Strange's world is not about casting pretty spells or waving a wand. It's about endless studying, dangerous battles, and a burden heavier than any sword. Your day starts just before the sun rises, with hours of studying dusty, cryptic books and practicing endless spells you barely understand. Those books don't just contain spells, however. They are alive with ancient knowledge that your brain struggles to even grasp. Reading a spell isn't like reading a story. It's like solving a puzzle while someone tries to scramble your thoughts. The air in your sanctum is thick with incense and the smell of old parchment. Hundreds of ancient books tower over you, their pages filled with glowing runes that shift when you look away. You have to memorize spells, not just words, but energy patterns, incantations, gestures to hold back dangers that lurk just beyond reality's thin veil. Every spell you cast is like pulling a heavy weight from another dimension into this world. It takes strength you don't even realize you have, but it also hurts. Your hands get sore, your throat dry from chanting, and your mind drains. Sometimes it feels like your veins are burning with mystical energy you barely control. You're not just a wizard waving a wand, you're a soldier on a battlefield that stretches across realities. The threats you fight are not simple villains, but terrible beings from other dimensions, full of darkness and power that could rip your world apart. Every time you try to stop one of those monsters or evil spells, you risk losing your own soul. Magic isn't free. Using it carves scars on your spirit. Some sorcerers lose their minds trying to hold the power back. Others lose everything they love because they're always fighting to keep the shadows away. You have to give up so much. Forget about normal life. Relationships? Impossible. You're not the same person anymore. You see the world with different eyes. Visions of other realities flicker before your eyes like ghosts. It's a blessing and a curse. You were a brilliant surgeon once, but now your hands are trained for spells, not scalpels. You trade saving lives in hospitals for saving the universe from chaotic magic. Your mind remembers the old you, and sometimes it hurts to lose that part of yourself. Sleep? Sorcerers don't just get to close their eyes and rest. The moment you fall asleep, your mind wanders into the astral plane, a place between worlds where spirits and demons roam free. Your body is asleep, but your soul is wide awake, vulnerable to attacks from creatures that want to trap you forever. And your body isn't safe either. The magic battles leave you bruised, burnt, and broken. Healing takes time, but not enough. Every second you spend recovering is a second the dark forces are gaining strength. Then there's the loneliness. Being the Sorcerer Supreme means you carry the weight of the whole world's protection. Everyone depends on you, but no one really understands what you go through. Your only company are ancient beings, mystical artifacts, and ghosts of past sorcerers. Sometimes these beings are helpful, like the Vishanti or the Ancient One who taught you. But sometimes they demand more from you than you want to give. Their favors come with heavy prices, and failing their tests could mean losing your powers or worse. Your magic isn't limitless either. You have to follow rules, ancient laws written before humans even existed. Break them, and the consequences are terrible. You could destroy yourself or tear apart reality. Let's talk about the artifacts. The cloak of levitation that lets you fly, it's not a fun accessory. It sometimes moves on its own, dragging you toward danger or away from safety. The Eye of Agamotto, powerful and wise, shows you the truths you might wish you didn't know. Lies disguised as reality, friends turning into enemies, futures that break your heart before they happen. In the Book of Vishanti, it's filled with spells powerful enough to stop entire armies, but studying it is like reading a book where the words burn your eyes and make your head spin. Memorizing spells is a test of patience and pain. Running a magical sanctum is another headache you didn't expect. You're the boss, the protector of all mystical knowledge. But it means endless paperwork, visitors from other worlds, urgent crises, magical explosions in your basement, and at times, battles in your own living room. Your home is never your own. The worst part? You can never really switch off the magic. It's in your blood now, a constant hum in your head. Even when you want to relax, meditate, or be normal, your body and mind are connected to forces beyond. Tiny whispers and visions haunt the edges of your awareness. And as the Sorcerer Supreme, every little mistake can cause catastrophe. A miscast spell, reality could rip open like paper. A wrong word, you might unleash a demon or curse an entire city. The pressure is crushing. Your personal life barely exists anymore. Friends drift away because your life is too weird. You burn bridges because you disappear for days fighting demons or studying spells. Romantic relationships get destroyed under the weight of your secrets and the danger you carry. You wanted to help people, sure. You wanted to be a hero. But being a sorcerer means always feeling like you're not enough. Every day, evil gets stronger, and sometimes you have to make impossible choices. Sacrifice a few to save many, or watch innocent people suffer because you were too late. Magic isn't free. It demands sacrifices. You have to give up parts of your humanity to keep the balance. Sometimes, using dark magic could give you the power to win a battle, but at the cost of your soul. Many sorcerers fall that way, lost to madness or evil, their minds broken by the power they tried to control. You carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, always alert for threats no one else can see. Every day is a test of your strength, wisdom, and courage. Every mistake could end in disaster, not just for you, but for millions of innocent people. Every morning before the city wakes, you rise from a restless sleep tangled in your own thoughts. Your body aches from yesterday's battles, your mind a whirlpool of spells and dangers. Some mornings, the weight of being the protector feels like an impossible burden. You often stand before your sanctum's large window, watching the city below. People rush about, unaware of the magical storms brewing just beyond their sight. Mothers hug their children, lovers share quiet moments, all safe because of you. Yet you remain apart, a silent guardian shadowed by secrets. Breakfast isn't a time for joy. It's a quick ritual between missions. You nibble at a simple meal, your mind rehearsing incantations and strategies. Today's threats range from a demon infiltrating a nearby hospital to a tear opening in the fabric of space above the city. Your assistant, Wong, is already organizing magical weapons and relics. The Book of Vishanti lies open on the table, glowing softly. It holds ancient wisdom, but every page you read feels like a test of endurance. Learning spells is not just a mental challenge, it's sometimes painful, like pressing your soul beneath an invisible weight. Before stepping outdoors, you put on your cloak. It feels like a living thing, settling around you with a soft protective embrace. This cape is more than fabric. It's an ally, defender, and reminder of the power you bear. You step outside and soar above the city, the air crisp against your face. Flying with the cloak is one of the few joys, a momentary escape from your torment. But joy is fleeting. A cry for help pulls you toward the streets below. A strange rift spirals near a crowded market. Shadow creatures crawl from its edges. You leap into battle. The fight is fierce. You cast shields with ancient words, summon flaming wisps, and twist reality itself to banish your foes. Each victory is a breath stolen. Each defeat a reminder of your limits. After the dust settles, you pace beneath the neon glow of flickering signs. The rift is closed, but your spirit feels bruised. Sometimes you sit alone in your sanctum, fingers trembling as the magic fades. The silence is loud with memories of a life long gone when your hands healed flesh instead of war. You look into the eye once more. It shows faces, those you saved, those you lost, and those you may never know. The weight of choice stings sharper than any battle. As evening falls, you prepare for meditation, a time to gather strength, quiet your mind, and journey once more into the astral plane. Here, battle rages unseen, and your soul searches for peace. You reach out, feeling invisible forces trying to tear you apart. You fight with will alone, returning to your body before dawn. The city sleeps below, but your battle goes on. And yet you keep fighting, because if you don't, who will? You try to focus on the small moments, reading a quiet page of a book, watching the sun rise, feeling the wind on your face. But even then, your mind races with visions of other worlds and futures. A sorcerer's life is a never-ending battle with forces beyond comprehension. You learn to expect the unexpected because magic is wild and unpredictable. Your powers grow, but so does darkness inside the universe. And sometimes when the night is quiet and the stars shine, you wonder if it was all worth it. Did you gain power, or did you lose yourself? In Doctor Strange's world, magic is beautiful and terrifying. It's a double-edged sword that gives you unimaginable power, but steals parts of you with every use. And in the end, you wonder if the price was worth it. If you ever find a book of magic or an ancient relic, think twice before you dive in, because the life of a sorcerer is not just spells and flashy powers. It's a lonely, painful, and never-ending battle against dark forces where you must give up everything to protect a world that might never thank you. And that, my friend, is why it sucks to be a sorcerer in Doctor Strange's world.